another day at the Bearded Panda shop, and I'm here down with the Fleece getting some aerodynamics set up. Yeah! Just kidding, guys. So just like I said, I get these fans turned off here so that way I can cut down the wind pressure and you can hear what I'm saying. Alright, so like I said in that opening statement, today it's all about fleecing. So, yep, I took the time to cut this one out like the Fender. You can see that overhang there. So I'm not actually harding the fleece today. As you can see, it's raining outside. And yeah, not good. So the reason being is because if I take the time to try to resin with this kind of weather, it'll never dry. It'll never dry, even with these fans going. And I'd have to like take it in a non-humid area. But that's okay, because I still need to finish up the skeleton of the flare. And that's what we're getting done 100% officially today. So for both sides. That's right, both sides. So that way when we're doing this fleece technique, as I'm pulling on both to make them look exactly the same, with the same pull, the same sealant, you know, stapling, gluing, etc. So one cool thing about the fleece is that it's stretchable. It's like vinyl pretty much. Of course, you're not going to take the time to overstretch because you obviously can tell, and then you're putting creases in areas there shouldn't be. But with this fleece, it's like I've said, the speaker box technique. You put a piece on the underside, and then you kind of pull, and you got that triangular like setup like vinyl, where if you pull in this direction, it takes away tension off. If you pull in this direction, it creates the tension that's needed. Same thing with the fleecing. So we have to do the same technique, but first, before we do any of that, we need to have an under skeleton so it makes the lines where the lines need to be. Let me show you. Let's go get the flare, and that way I can show you how the skeleton is. Okay, so there it is with its fleece on and some of the skeleton. Now this is just an example. So what you do is you glue it here on the back, and you pull, and then you're also going to glue and staple where needed. Wherever there's wood, obviously we would staple there. So then you just keep tugging, and it gives it the real nice arch. See that? And then of course, you know, I would tug here, and it continues that nice arch. See that? See, so it's important to get these lines here. So to even make this, believe it or not, to see if things work, pull this look under the skirt. I can't show you all. God. I'm just kidding. So anyhow, so there it is. So this is what you do. You pretty much will get a piece of cardboard and cut and trim so that way you can see how it's going to fit. Now you can leave cardboard, but just to play it safe, I'm transferring this over to wood. So I have a thin piece of wood somewhere around here. Look for it here in a minute. And to actually get this curvature here, believe it or not, what I did is I traced the curvature of the stock Fender, because that arch is very nice. To keep that arch, it's coming through here as well. So to keep it, I traced it, measured 2.5 inches to get this section, and then nicely cut it down little by little with the same arch. The only part that changes on the arch is just this little tip. But besides that, it's pretty cool. So when you pull it over and you're pulling on it, it gives it that nice sharp line and that really cool effect. And like I said, it's going to still have like the nice curvature like in the previous Fender flare, or like how I just showed you a minute ago when I was pulling on it. And then, you know, you still keep the actual wheel well body line here. And I even sanded that down with some curvature. So it's got like a rounded edge like the stock one compared to a hard, sharp wooden edge. So that's said and done. I'm going to work on these pieces. Now I'm going to make a total of 6 of them. Why 6? because I have one here, one for the bumper cap on both sides of the car, and then I still need the TC 2.5, so I want to have the same one for that cap as well. And so that's where I'm at with this. I'm going to get these made, then I'm going to come over here and with the same kind of thing make that one hard line that comes here. Now the reason why I have this one stilt wood so high up is because I'm still deciding how low or high to come. My original idea here just made it a little too short and stubby, so I wanted to move it up. And so I'm pretty much getting probably the same measurements as the one that I previously had. And so I'm just debating whether to cut this straight, cut it at an angle, and so forth. So that's what I'm going to mess with after I cut the wood, or the cardboard, to go from here to here, so I can see where do I want that down pull. But all in all, like, it'll still get the same curvature and everything as well. Just got to figure out how to do the pull, figure out where to put the cardboard. But we'll go all into that shortly. Let's get these bad boys made. So now, with the Fleece 100% pulled off, this is what it's looking like with just a cardboard piece. I'm going to trace that onto the wood. So there's the wood. Kind of thin. Just going to trace it on, and then not use the hand saw, but actually take the time. I have inside the other shop, or in the other garage, I have a bandsaw. A bandsaw. And so that way it makes cleaner lines, cleaner cuts. I just have to do a little bit of hand sanding just to perfect it. So I'm going to go ahead and trace cardboard pieces out and get it done. I take my trusty pin, my piece of cardboard, and I traced it on. Voila. So what I'm going to do is go cut this first one, make sure that it fits very well, and then if it does, replicate it times another 5. Now I did, this was the original cardboard line. I brought it up just a hair, just to make sure it's a nice tight fit. Watch your words, Jason. A nice tight fit, so that way it looks red. So let's get this cut. Alright, so I started working on all skeleton pieces, or most of them, and here's one. Well, 6 of them. So there's one. This is how, like, all the shapes are the same. Alright. So I crimped them together, try to get the same shape. I mean, some are slightly off, but trying to get it good. So where does this go, you wondering? Or what they're for? Let's find out. So you see, this pretty much will sit here. I do have to glue it in place. This is still like just hot glued in or double-sided sticky taped in, so that way I can make any adjustments if needed. But once it's all done and I make sure that the fleece flows properly, then I glue it all down. So here it is here, and I was pretty much did the same thing for the bumper cap. You can see here. So that way, when they're aligned, they'll sit nice and flush, same design, same everything. So you got to definitely keep that skeleton design all the way through. On this one, the only thing is I have to sand down this piece a little more, so that way it fits properly to here. Now remember, this is sitting on top of double-sided sticky tape, so I might have to sand down here as well, but we'll find out as we go along. So I got this one set and done there. I might have to make one here, just make some fine adjustments. But what's cool about it is I've got 1, 2, and then another 4. So I got 2 for the actual passenger side, and then 2 for the 2.6 front bumper cap. So I'm getting ahead, getting it all said and done perfectly, so they all match. And so that way, like 2.0 or the 2.5, you're still getting the same everything, and the caps are still going to line up. Now hold the phone. Hold the phone. I know you all are seeing this. What is this? That's 1970s some odd retro kind of wood paneling. Some of y'all might still even have some of this inside your house. For whatever reason, we had extra paneling sitting in our garage, but it was the perfect wood. It's soft enough. It's easy to like curve. And so I used a bandsaw to cut these suckers out, and then put them all together, sanded them all at the same time, nice and smooth, so they all match the same. But yep, 1970s panel. Okay, so this is where we're at. So I know everyone's already seen this piece. I've showed it off a couple of times. And of course, this just needs to be changed from double-sided sticky tape to like glue or tape, or glue or hot glue. Right there. Sorry. And then this is the bumper cap. So I know I've shown you all this, which is my hard fiberglass skeleton piece. And this would normally go pretty much right here, which I know I've shown everyone. You see, so it goes here, and I've named the sides, and you see how it like transitions real nice, comes down, proper flow. Now, so what we do is we take this, we take the pieces that I've shown, which go here. Yeah. This one goes here. Now, these legs were just temporarily put here with some hot glue. These were movable. I am like learning that they're not just going to stand right here like so. They're actually going to have to get moved around to accommodate to hold everything in place. So like this would technically go here. This piece sits under here at the proper spot and gets glued into place. And then this piece is going to kind of come here. Now I do have this top piece somewhere here. Let me see. Where do I have them? Okay, and the other piece of course goes here. So let me just show you on the piece that I've already done. Okay, so here's the passenger side. So you see I've already put this in place. Now the tape is here because it actually holds onto the glue a little better. And so here it is. See how the pieces of wood have moved around so that way it actually supports. Now I did remeasure everything just to assure that it's 2.5 inches. At first it sat a little higher and it wasn't 2.5 inches, so I had to sand some down and make some changes, but that's what it's going to take. You know, every piece is slightly different even though they're getting trimmed and everything the same. This is it side by side just to show you like how measurements are exactly the same on both sides. And then this piece of course is going to go here, so the fleece will sit and be glued onto the back and be pulled over this way and tightened and brought, just like I said, like vinyl. So I'm going to have to pull and tug and glue where it needs to go. Now this piece, I'm going to try it without it and then with it. So you'll see that on the next video. I think I'm going to stick with it. If so, I need to make a small cut here so it's the same length to accommodate. And so when I pull this, I want this body line to still be here. I might even have to make pieces of wood that kind of come down at an angle depending on how that angle is going to be. And if so, I definitely will have to thin this out. But like I said, these are all things that are trial and error, you know, design things that need to be made to make it look the way it needs to look. And this is the only reason why things might take a little longer than they have to, but hey, that's perfection for you. So get ready for the next video. I should have both bumper caps done, and then I should have this pretty much set up and done on this end. Guaranteed. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. You know, thanks for definitely supporting the build and reaching out to me and giving me your thoughts and suggestions. I definitely appreciate those. It's nice to know what people think and feel about things. Also, you know what? If you have some ideas, throw them out at me. You know, if there's things you'd like to see, definitely throw those out at me too. You know, once I get done with this kit, we're going to do more kits, but on the same time, I want to also build little pieces here and there. So if there's some designs or some ideas that you all have, reach out to me. Share them with me. Let's see if we can get those things made. And of course, you know, we'll figure stuff out. If you like the build, hit thumbs up. You know, if you want to check things out that's a little more sooner than the videos, hit me up on my Instagram at Jason_TC2. Now, if you want to hit Gabe up on his Instagram, reach out to him too about the Civic. He's got some new surprises coming your way. We'll be talking about those soon too at Gabe FA16. And yeah, hit subscribe. Reach out, guys. Thanks for watching. You all take it easy.